What's up, guys? Welcome back to Let's Play Sengoku Basara! So, after that battle, that nice warm-up there, I think it's finally time for the Takeda clan to take on their arch-nemesis, the Uesigi. There's some other skirmishes going on here. Looks like the one guy is right next to Nobunaga just lost, as usual, and what's his name? Akaji Mitsuhide just took out Motochika. And obviously, Itsugi got taken out by Uesigi. So we're going to go after Kenshin again. We are eventually going to have to fight Masamune, which is our rival. You know, the Uesigi is the rival of the Tiger of Kai. So we're going to adjust our setup before we get too carried away here, because we finally unlocked Yukimura's ultimate weapon, which we desperately need for this battle, because all of his other weapons are just terrible. I'm sorry, they just are. But this thing is going to be really impressive. So just trying to make sure I have the right items equipped to him. I thought maybe I had a different setup going on here because my defense was so poor in some of these earlier encounters. I'm going to try a different secondary attack for him as well, even though I really think that one I had was pretty nice. This one is one of my favorites. There's also a new one here that I've not tried yet. But we're going to go with the second one there I just showed. The one right underneath the first one there that you have to charge up is really ineffective. It just doesn't deal nearly enough damage. Alright, so our ultimate weapon is still pretty low level, so it doesn't have quite as good defense as the one we just had, but it's going to be worth it for the amount of damage it's going to deal. And it will upgrade right away. Yukimura, I just have one question for you. What are those? Like, holy crap, look at these things. They're big, ridiculous, like, Sai-looking things. Those are not spears. Anyway, being the headstrong young warrior that he is, we're going to march straight first into Uesigi's camp. We're going to take him out. So we hop on our horse and we're going to go head first into the Uesigi army and just cut through everybody that's in our path. And it's going to be awesome. So yeah, I'm actually, the horse controls are unique. You have a charge attack that you can use as well, and you also can swing your weapons from side to side. Just be very careful not to hit another enemy like so, or else they will completely just kill your horse outright, and then you can't get it back. It's gone forever. So now introducing a new enemy type, one of the most aggravating enemy types in the entire game, cavalry units. We're going to be seeing a lot of them for the next couple of campaigns. I managed to completely miss any cavalry units in Masamune's campaign, mainly because I never fought Takeda. There's two alternate fights you can have with Takeda and Uesigi, and this is actually one of the alternate fights with Uesigi that only happens if you fight him as one of the Takeda clan members. The other one is where you fight them actually on their home turf, and maybe I'll show that one off later on in the LP. But that one is basically, you run up to the first gate, you fight Kasuga, and then you go fight him up the mountain. You fight Uesigi up the mountain. Same thing with the Takeda, is you fight Yukimura at like the first checkpoint, and then he runs away, and then you fight them all at the end there again. And it's really aggravating because Sasuke adds a lot of support to Takeda there. But again, that only happen when you are not playing as certain characters. Like if you're playing as Nobunaga or Masamune, you're going to trigger the other fight with Takeda, which is really annoying. We'll get to showing that one off later. So I'm just going to march right up in here, and as you can see, these weapons are a lot more effective. Alright, Uesigi Kenshin, let us have a fair fight! Yeah, for some reason our Basara attack still shows our spears fully extended, even though these things clearly don't work that way. But maybe they do. I don't care, they're big and ridiculous, and they're on fire, and it just makes Yukimura look that much more badass. So now I actually feel confident in his ability to deal damage. Unfortunately, Uesigi is Ice Elemental, and he's very fast. Kenshin does not have a lot of health, but he's very, very fast. And he has a really nasty attack that can freeze us in place, and he also has a really nasty attack where he can go swing around to the back of us and hit us from behind, so even if we're blocking, he's fast enough to get around us. We don't really get to see Kenshin fight all that much in the anime, but he's a very influential character nonetheless. You only get to see him have a few strikes, and that's about it. You don't really get to see him win a decisive battle because he either puts the enemy essentially at a checkmate through very strategic tactics, where he just has like a brief skirmish with the Tiger of Kai, and that's about it. He's the Tiger of Kai's main rival, and they constantly are trying to have their decisive battle at all times in the anime. That's how the anime starts, that's how Season 2 starts, that's how Season 2 ends, that's how Judge End ends, that's how that's how the movie starts as well. The movie starts with them finally having their decisive battle, and I won't spoil what happens if those of you haven't seen it. But yeah, Yukimura's first secondary attack there where he thrusts his spears forward. I don't have a name for that attack, I'm just going to keep calling it, I'm just going to keep describing it. See, there's that jerk attack where he runs up behind us like that. It's the attack where you thrust forward like that is really your best bet against timing your attacks to block him. And I actually tried this fight before I got Yukimura's ultimate weapon, and I got my ass handed to me because he was so fast. Victory is mine, Kenshin! What? It was Kasuga the whole time? Oh no, that means the real Kenshin is... No, how could I have been so careless? Your lordship, I'm coming! Hold on! Alright, so now we have to backtrack all the way to the beginning of the map, and as you can see there are a lot more commander units on the map now. So if I had taken my time and actually wiped all of them out, there would still be a lot of them that respawn anyway, so our guys up there at the beginning were still going to get surrounded, and it's basically a race against time now to take out the real Kenshin before... I'm going to go kill some ninjas before we run off here and just completely slaughter these guys before I go run off on this horse. That'll get my health back up, right? Yeah, we got some good health from doing that, so I'm pretty confident in taking on Kenshin now. Yeah, luckily there's this convenient horse here, which I foolishly picked up on one of my test runs and tried to use it to get up the hill to fight the fake Kenshin up there. You can actually just leave Kasuga there, just like I did. Oh, be very careful about running into these guys, these boulder-throwing enemies, or the enemies with the giant clubs. There's also the guys with the spinning battering rams elsewhere. And they killed me, or they didn't kill me, but they killed my horse several times in several of my test runs. This is a very difficult fight, if I didn't say so before, mainly just because we're playing on ultimate difficulty. Kenshin is not that hard, mainly because he has such low health, but having to fight him twice is a really dick move. And you can fight Kasuga if you wish, but she's not going to chase us up here or anything like that. She's just going to stay there and just jerk around for a while. Yeah, Kasuga is his most beautiful blade, and essentially his right-hand woman? Yeah. And she's the scantily clad ninja master of the Uesigi clan. And she's pretty influential in the anime. In the game, she actually controls exactly the same as Sarutobi Sasuke. So, not really, as far as gameplay point of view, there's not really much... See, I just lost another commander unit. There's not much point to playing as her instead of one over the other, because they both play exactly the same. They have the exact same controls and the exact same moves. So if you guys want me to play one of the ninja characters, just pick one and I'll play either of them because they are exactly the same. I'm trying to mop up a little bit around here and get some of my health back before I take on Kenshin, because I'm really low on health and I do not want to die again on this mission. Yeah, this is probably the one I'm most worried about for Yukimura's campaign, just like I was really worried about the Maeda with Masamune. But I got really lucky with Masamune, which was nice for a sort of beginning to the Let's Play. I got really lucky that I didn't have to fight a lot of the storyline missions for him, a lot of the very situational ones, such as this one. I didn't have to fight, or I wouldn't fight this one as Masamune, but the Takeda one that is absolutely ridiculous with all the cavalry units, I wouldn't have to do that one. So that was nice that Uesigi and Takeda ended up losing in Masamune's campaign. I wish I could have demonstrated the Takeda one just from the standpoint of they are rivals, so a little unfortunate, but I will demonstrate in another run as another character. So I like to not be able to repeat the same fights multiple times if I can help it in this game. But despite the huge variety of characters in this game, there's not really enough stages to justify all of them. Like, some of the characters are not playable, but even if they were, you'd quickly have too many stages. Alright, time to fight the real Kenshin. Alright, Kenshin. Again, let us have a fair fight! Yeah, I think there's enough enemies nearby to where if I can keep killing them and restoring my Basara gauge, that I can keep dealing some solid damage to Kenshin here. I really don't have a lot of time. I only have 2 commander units left, and I really just gotta deal with him fast and just keep the pressure on. The problem is I can get utterly destroyed here if I'm not careful because of all these guys around him, so I really just gotta get the pressure on. And like I said before, the nice thing about Yukimura's Basara attack is not only does it hit things for days, but it's also very difficult for the AI to dodge. Unlike Masamune, who, you know, I had to use his several times against Ieyasu and Hojo as well, and just completely dodged it every time. Yeah, I think I'm doing a good job so far not repeating stages, at least from what I can tell from how this run has gone so far, and then my test runs with the other 2 characters, which are almost complete, by the way. Which means I'm almost done with the 4 characters that I knew I was going to do for this LP. So again, I am still looking for suggestions. If you guys want to see a character, let me know. I actually did some test playing as Shimatsu as well, and it took me a little while to get used to him, but I could play as him actually. And I still haven't given up on my Maeda Toshie either. I could play as him. And now I'm really considering Sasuke, unless you guys want me to do Kasuga instead. If you guys remember from my Devil Kings video, in Devil Kings, Uesugi Kenshin is not available at the beginning of the game. It's actually Kasuga instead, and you have to unlock him as opposed to unlocking her. Alright. We finally did it, and with such little health left to spare too. Where was Takeda Shingen during all this?